My name is Kalyn Casey, and I'm interviewing Jade Hauge. And we're going to start with some growing up questions.
Okay.
So, when and where were you born?
I was born on December 30th, 1993 in St. Paul, Minnesota.
Where did you grow up?
In Woodbury, Minnesota.
What was it like growing up?
Well, I have one brother, and then my parents were married until I was 12. My parents placed a big emphasis on, like, sports. Like, I played hockey and softball growing up, and my brother played hockey and baseball. I don't know, we were always busy doing things, and I just liked being with my family.
Who were your parents?
My mom's name is Jill, and my dad's name is Bart. Growing up, my mom was a stay-at-home mom, and then I think when I was in, like, first grade, she went back to school for interior design. And then my dad was an undercover cop my whole growing up in Minneapolis, and now he's just like a regular cop in Minneapolis.
What were your parents like?
My dad was definitely the more strict. When it came to, like, sports, like, we always had to be, like, place an emphasis on sports, and he was kind of the more, would punish us and, being more strict, like, you have to be home at this time, and this is what we're doing because I say so. And then my mom was the more, like, oh, it's okay, and she would always kind of baby us, whereas my dad was, like, more strict.
How was your relationship with your parents?
It was really good. I was really close with them growing up, and I'm still really close with them. Like, my mom is my best friend in the world, and my dad, I don't see him as often because he lives in Prior Lake now. But I think I have a really good relationship with both of them.
Did you get into trouble, and what was the worst thing that you ever did?
Growing up, I was really, like, a good kid, and then probably, like, 8th grade and 9th grade, I started, like, drinking, smoking, and I got caught in 9th grade for all that stuff, so, that was probably, like, my first time really getting in trouble. I never got grounded, though. They would just give me, like, punishments like, I'm taking your phone away, or you're going to have to clean all the windows in the house, or something like that. I didn't really get, like, grounded, so to say, but I definitely learned my lesson.
Do you have any siblings, and what were they like growing up?
I have an older brother, Alex. He's 2 years older than me. Growing up, I just remember I always wanted to be just like my brother. So, like, he played baseball, I played softball. He played hockey, I played hockey. Like, I just remember I would always follow him around, like, do whatever he was
hang
doing.
out with his friends.
Yeah, I was that annoying little sister for
I was
sure.
too. What did you look like?
Pretty similar to what I look like now. I was tan, had brown hair. I don't know, nothing special, I guess.
How would you describe yourself as a child? Were you happy?
I was a really happy kid, but I was definitely more shy. I wasn't outgoing. I wouldn't talk to, like, people that I didn't know.
Yeah,
if my parents had people over, I would just kind of, like, hide behind my parents. I wasn't like
hand under your leg.
Yes, like, whenever we used to go places in public, I remember I used to put my hand in my mom's jean pocket, and that's how I would, like, make sure not to lose track of my parents. Like, I was really, like, shy and kind of sheltered, maybe. I don't know.
What is your best memory of your childhood, and what is your worst?
The best memory, probably, like, going out of town for, like, hockey tournaments or softball tournaments. Just because then I got to be with all my friends, as well as, like, one of my parents would come with me, and I don't know, I was really into sports growing up, so I guess that's kind of a huge part of, like, who I am or who I was growing up. Worst memory, probably when I was 12, I was at softball practice, and then my dad just decided to tell me about the divorce. Like, my mom wasn't there, my brother wasn't there, and so I think that's probably my worst memory.
Did you have a nickname, and how did you get it?
My dad called me Gabrick because I was, like, obsessed with Marion Gabrick, and he used to play for the Wild.
Okay.
And then, like, my coaches started calling me Gabrick, and then, like, my, like, teammates used to call me Gabrick. But nobody calls me that anymore. Like, my dad occasionally will. Otherwise, like, my friends just call me like Jader. I guess that's kind of it.
Who were your best friends and what were they like?
Growing up, my two best friends were Sydney and Jessie because they were on my hockey team, and like we used to play year-round hockey, so I was with them like pretty much every day. And like Jessie, she's still my best friend to this day. So.
How would you describe a perfect day when you were young?
I guess if it was winter time, probably like if I had a hockey game or something, and I don't know, going to dinner after with my parents or something like that. And summertime, I loved just like being outside, like playing in the backyard, like hitting balls with my dad and brother batting cages or something. I really liked that.
What did you think your life would be like when you were older?
I guess I knew I'd go to college. I didn't really think about it too much because it was kind of just expected. So I was like, when I get there, I get there. But I don't know, growing up, I always just wanted to be like a stay-at-home mom. Like I'd be like, oh, I can't wait to be a stay-at-home mom and have all these little kids. Like that was like my vision for myself.
Do you have any favorite stories from your childhood?
Probably, I don't think anything in specific, probably just, I don't know, sports and being with my brother and my parents.
Okay, now we're going to move on to some religion questions.
Okay.
Can you tell me about your religious beliefs or spiritual beliefs, and what is your religion?
Yeah, so I would identify as just a Christian. My mom is Catholic. She grew up Catholic, went to private school, and my dad was Lutheran. So I mean, growing up, we didn't go to church all that often, just kind of like, holidays and occasional times where we'd go. But now, as I've grown up, I've gotten a lot closer with God. Like I read my Bible pretty much every day, and I guess I place a big importance on that now versus when I was younger. I really didn't care.
Have you experienced any miracles?
I don't think so. No, I don't know. Probably not.
What was the most profound spiritual moment of your life?
I don't know if this would be really like profound because it was a dream I had, but when I was a senior in high school, my best friend passed away in a car accident, and it was like really hard for me. His name was Braden, and then I had a dream a couple of weeks later because I like couldn't even go to school, like nothing. I just wasn't myself anymore, and in my dream, Braden came to school and like took me upstairs to the attic of school, and he told me that like God was happy that I was trying to get closer with him, and that I just needed to keep reading my Bible, and that Braden would be waiting for me when I.
So like, did that, with your friend passing away, did that like make you like closer to God? Or
Yeah,
did you kind of like turn
before that I really wasn't really close with God. I mean, I didn't really care if I was close with him or not because, I don't know, I just didn't care. And then when Braden passed away, I guess that was kind of the moment where I was like, placed a higher emphasis on my spiritual beliefs. Because when Braden died, my mom got me a Bible. She got me all these like books for how to deal with the passing of somebody. And that really helped me.
So you obviously believe in God then?
Yes.
Okay. Do you believe in the afterlife, or what do you think it will be like?
Yes, I believe in heaven, or some sort of afterlife. I mean, I don't know what it's going to be like, but I think for sure we'll all go somewhere and be together.
When you meet God, what do you want to say to him?
Oh gosh, I think it's kind of one of those moments I don't know what I'll say.
Yeah. Like just
If
kind of
anything,
like in the moment, like
yeah,
you'll figure it out.
Yeah, maybe just thank you. I don't know.
Yeah, fair enough. So we're just going to move on to some kind of general questions.
Okay.
Who has been the most important person in your life, and can you tell me about him or her?
Most important? Probably, I mean, my parents are really important. But I mean, more than anyone, probably my brother. I mean, being older than me, my parents always said, take care of your sister. And now it's like my brother still, worries about me.
Like
and
protective? Is he protective?
He's so protective, yeah. It's crazy.
So
Sometimes I'm like, you need to stop.
My brother is 2 years older than me. Has always been like super protective.
Yes.
Anytime we talk about a guy, I have to meet them first.
Yes. Yeah, so and like when my parents were getting a divorce, like that was terrible, and the only person I really had for me was my brother.
Mhm.
So, I mean, that for sure brought us a lot closer.
Oh, yeah. What was the happiest moment of your life, and what was the saddest?
Happiest moment. I don't know if I've had a happiest moment, but I've definitely had happiest times, I guess. Those feelings where you feel really good, and
Yeah.
it's sunny outside, and I'm with
Yeah.
people that I love, I
Mhm.
guess. Saddest, definitely when Braden died.
Who has been the biggest influence on your life, and what lessons did that person teach you?
Biggest influence. I mean, probably my parents. They taught me, never give up, work hard. You have to work hard to get what you want. When I was growing up, they always placed like a huge emphasis on like respect, being, a trustworthy person, loyal, just good all around. So I got all my morals and stuff from them. So I guess that's kind of why I am how I am.
Who has been the kindest to you in your life?
Kindest. God, either like my mom or my best friend Maddie. Maddie, I can literally come to her with anything, and I don't know, she's one of those people that just makes you feel good whenever and never judges you. I don't know, just reaches out whenever I need it.
What are the most important lessons you've learned in life?
Probably prioritizing the important people and things over things that aren't as important, or people that aren't as important. Not worrying too much about, what other people think or what other people are going to say. Just kind of stick to who you are and don't change for anything, because at the end of the day, all you really have is yourself.
What is your earliest memory?
Oh gosh. When I was really little, my neighbor had like a little white dog named Tanner, and it literally used to chase me around the neighborhood, and I was so scared of it. I think that's probably my first memory. It was just running away from the little dog.
Are there any funny stories your family tells you that come to mind?
I don't think so.
Are there any funny stories or memories or characters from your life that you want to tell me about?
I don't think so. I don't really have anything.
Okay, so we'll end with one more question. What are you most proudest of?
Probably with where I am right now. I only have a couple years left of school until I graduate. I don't know. I guess just right here, right now, I'm working like 30 hours a week. I'm going to school full time.
Just kind of living in the moment.
Yeah, just kind of doing what I have to do to get through.
Good.
So.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.